Another note. A cafe with dim light, jazz music playing in the background. Suga sits across from you, stirring his iced Americano drink with the straw lazily, eyes half-lidded as if you are already wasting his time. Why nervously? Look, I know this sounds crazy, but I really need your help. Suga raising his eyebrow. Why me? Don't you have other friends? Why? Well, it's complicated. They all think that I have this amazing boyfriend and now they want to meet him. If I don't show up with someone, they will never let me live it down. Suga leaning back in his chair, unimpressed. So what's that got to do with me? Wyan desperate now. I'll pay you. Suga pauses, eyes narrowing. Pay me? Don't mess with me, you will regret it. Why? No, I will not, please. And yes, whatever amount you want, just come to this party. Pretend to be my boyfriend for a few hours and then we will both move on with our lives. Suga signing, clearly annoyed. You are out of your mind. While leaning forward, pleading, please Suga, you are perfect for this. You are calm, cool and no one would ever suspect it's fake. Just one night, that's all I'm asking. Suga rubbing his temple as if he is regretting his entire life. If I say yes, you better not make this as a thing. You whine, grinning. Absolutely not. One night, I promise. Suga grumbling under his breath. This better be worth it. He takes a long sip of his drink and you can't help but feel a wave of relief wash over you. The deal is made but neither of you knows what's truly coming. In evening, you are waiting for Suga outside your friend's house and then he came. And the moment your eyes fall on Suga, your heart races. He is in a black blazer, a simple white shirt beneath it, looking effortlessly cool. Your eyes were stuck in his dashing looks and he is also admiring your beauty by his side and beautiful eyes. He gives you his hand like a true boyfriend and you both walk inside the house. An apartment filled with laughter, music and the hum of conversation. The door swings open and you are greeted by your friends. He notices the crowds and looks at you. Then he interrupts you and replied, raising an eyebrow, Suga, as if to say, this is your mess to deal with. While smiling nervously, trying to play it cool. While everyone, this is Suga, my boyfriend. Your friends interrupt into exaggerated pose and greetings, but Suga just nodded politely, his face a mixture of indifference and slight discomfort. He's clearly not the type to engage in small talk. Sana, giggling, teasing, wow, he's so. How do you land someone like this? While laughing nervously, trying to cover up the awkwardness. While he's just a little bit shy, but he's great once you get to know him. Suga doesn't even flinch, but you can tell he is already over the whole situation. He takes a sip of his drink, staring off at the crowd. The night feels like a dragging on slowing, but you remind yourself it's only temporary. While leaning close, whispering, hey, you are doing great, just a little longer, okay? Suga, deadpan, low voice, don't expect a repeat performance. Wine grinning, I wouldn't dream of it. They all played some games and then music started. Lights dipped low, soft music playing in the background. The vibe shifts into something slower and more intimate. Your friends playfully and curious as all insist on seeing a dance between you and Suga to prove your relationship. Suga stands behind you, hands showed casually in his pockets clearly not amused by the sudden spotlight. Sana grinning mischievously. Come on, show us some chemistry, guys. Let's see how cute you two are on the dance floor. Jack, yeah, a slow dance won't hurt unless it's fake. Raising an eyebrow teasingly. You freeze for a second, panic bubbling in your chest. Suga signs dramatically, rolling his eyes before turning towards you. Suga, deadpan? Well, looks like I don't have a choice, do I? Before you can respond, he takes your hand with surprisingly confidence, leading you onto the dance floor. The teasing chatter from your friends fades as the music becomes the only sound in the room. Suga hands gently rest on your wrist, pulling you closer. You are suddenly hyper-aware of how close his body is to yours, your heart racing wildly. You whine, whispering nervously, this is really awkward. Suga smirking, leaning closer so you only can hear him. Then stop thinking about them, just look at me. His voice is calm but commanding, grounding you in a moment. You let out a shaky breath. Meeting his gaze, there's a flicker of something soft in his eyes that catches you off guard, something real beneath the usual cool demeanor. While teasingly, slightly to ease your nerves. You are surprisingly good at this for someone who hates parties. Suga chuckling softly. I am full of surprises, baby. Maybe I just needed the right partner. The music swells and for the moment it's just the two of you moving together as if the rest of the world doesn't exist. His grips on your waist tighten slightly, protectively yet gentle as you sway in sync. Your friend's whispers fade into the background, and all that matters is the warm radiating between you and Suga. Suga, leaning closer, his breath warm against your ear. You know, pretending isn't it so bad when I'm with you. Your heart skips a beat at the sudden sincerity in his voice. You pull back slightly, meeting his gaze. Whine softly, Suga. Suga, his voice low, filled with emotion. I wasn't lying when I said I didn't want this to be fake anymore. The weight of his words sinks in, but before you can respond, the music slows to its final note. The dance ends, but neither of you moves, locked in each other's gaze, as though nothing else mattered. Sana, cheering from the sidelines. Now that's a couple in love. You laugh nervously, but Suga doesn't even glance at their way. His main focus remains entirely on you. Suga smirking slightly. So, should I keep pretending, or do you want to make this real too? Your breath catches, but there's no hesitation anymore. Whine, grinning heartful. Let's make it real. Teasing tone.
Suga, don't forget, I am your enemy, wine baby.
The words fade again, or the words fade away again, and this time it's not about proving anything to anyone. It's just you and Suga. Something genuine and new. A dance neither of you wants to end. At night, the party is winding down. The music quieter now. The energy is shifted and the guests are drifting away. You and Suga find yourself on the rooftop. Away from the noise, the city light sparkles in the distance. You are both leaning on the railing, quietly watching the stars. Suga, let's go. I think it's enough for today. You both said bye to your friends and they all left from their quiet street not far from the party venue. The evening is cool and the streets are nearly empty. You were walking alongside Suga, still trying to keep your balance. After your heels tap, you're focusing too much on your feet when suddenly you lose footing. The fall hard onto the pavement. The sharp pain radiates from your back and you wince, trembling onto the cold ground. Whine, groaning in pain, unable to get up immediately. Oh, that's hard. Suga quickly kneels down, kneels beside you, his eyes widening with concern as he gently checks you. Suga, are you okay? You whines as you're trying to sit up, but the pain from your back is too much. You barely manage to lift yourself, feeling the sting in your muscles. Whine, I don't think so. My back hurts a lot. Suga looks at you, his brows frown, and without saying much more, he carefully helps you to your feet, his grip steady and comforting. You lean into him, your face flushed with embarrassment from the sudden vulnerability. Suga, stay still, I'll take care of it. He's quiet now, his face is serious as he guides you to sit on a nearby bench. You feel uneasy under his gaze, the situation suddenly taking an unexpected turn. He stands before you, assessing the damage on your back, and you can't help it but feel the heat of your cheeks burn with embarrassment. Whine, hesitate, voice shaking slightly. Suga, I'm fine. You don't need to. Before you could say anything, he picks you up in a bridal style and walks inside your apartment. After some time, Suga interrupting, his tone firm but gentle. Just let me do this, it's nothing but I don't want you hurting. With a sign, he pulls out a small first aid kit from his bag, and before you can protest, he gently places his hands on your shoulders and motions for you to lift your shirt just enough to treat the injury on your back. The warmth of his hands against your skin makes your heart race as you shyly do as he asks, feeling the sudden tension in the air. You can feel your pulse. You can unsure of how to react to the closeness between you and him. He works silently, focused on the task at hand, his hands steady as he cleans the trees and wound, but all the while there's undeniable intensity in the way he looks at you. The air between you thickens, something unspoken. Whine, voice trembling, feeling exposed. This is a kind of embarrassing. Suga doesn't respond right away. He is concentrating, but after a moment he looks up. His gaze softer than usual. He meets your eyes and you can see the sincerity in his expression. Suga, his voice low and steady. I don't care. You are hurt and I'm here to help you. But there's more. There's something I have been meaning to say. After he finished his work treating you and him sat on the bed. You glance at him, unsure what to expect. Vulnerability in his eyes makes your heart skip a bit. Suga with a quiet sign, taking a deep breath. I wasn't pretending when I agreed to this whole boyfriend thing, Ryan. I didn't plan for this, but I have been thinking about you. I'm falling for you and I don't want this to be just a stupid deal anymore. His words hangs in the air, and for a moment everything goes still. You stare at him, the world around you fading away as his confession sinks in. He looks at you with a quiet desperation, waiting for some kind of reaction. Wine. Shocked, heart racing. Wait, you really mean that? Sugar nodding, his expression soft but serious. I do. I have tried to ignore it, but I can't. I care about you more than I ever expected. Your breath catches in your throat, and for a moment you feel paralyzed, unsure of how to respond. But then, without thinking, you reached out and touched his hand. Your voice barely ups, whine softly, I care about you too. Your back is straightened now, but the lingering feeling of closeness between you and Suga is undeniable. His hand is still on your shoulder, his touch gently and protective. The tension from the moment before lingers between you two like a quiet hum. Suga, I am not your enemy anymore. What I hate the most, you want to know? Wine, what are you trying to say, Suga? Suga, I am saying I hate seeing you like this. I hate seeing you hurt, hate hearing you laugh at someone else's joke, hate that I have to keep pretending that this is fake when it's the only thing that feels real to me. Wine stares at him, stunned into silence. Wine softly, I almost in disbelief didn't think you had actually said that. Suga turns to face you fully, his eyes intense but tender, as if he is still trying to process his own confession. He shifts closer, his body just a breath away from it. There is no more teasing, no more sarcasm, only a few raw honesty in his gaze that catches you off guard. Suga, his voice lower now, more vulnerable. I didn't think I'd feel this way either, but here we are, and I don't want to run away from it anymore. He gently tucks a strand of your hair behind your ear, his finger lingering on your skin for a moment longer than necessary. The warmth from his touch sends a shiver down on your spine, and the quiet connection between you deepens with every passing second. While a soft laugh escaped from your lips. As you looked up at him, your heart racing. I guess we have both been pretending for a while, huh? Suga lips curl into a small, knowing smile, his eyes never leaving yours. Suga, yeah, but I am not done pretending. I want you, not the fake version of us, but the real thing, whatever that looks like. While nervously, voice shaking with emotion, you are sure that isn't it just a moment of impulse? Suga gently lifts your chin, his thumb brushing your skin softly as he leans in just slightly, his breath warm against your cheek. Suga whispering, his voice low but confident. I have never been more sure of anything in my life. This is real. We are real. Without waiting for you to respond, he leans and presses his lips to yours, this time with no hesitation, no walls between you. The kiss is slow, tender, and full of everything you have been holding back, the quiet longing, the soft affection, and the undeniable truth of what's blossomed between you two. You close your eyes, letting yourself be consumed by the moment, as though time has slowed down just for this kiss, for the both of you. When he pulls back, keeps his forehead rested against yours, both of you breathing heavily, feeling the heat of the kiss, still lingering in the air. The world feels suspended in that one moment, just the two of you finally on the same page. Suga smiling softly, his hand gently cupping your face. I don't care how we got here. I'm just glad we are here now. Wine smiling back, heart soaring. Me too. Suga wraps his arms around you, pulling you closer, and for the first time that night, you feel completely at ease, as though everything has fallen into place. You rest your head against his chest, listening to the steady rhythm of his heartbeat. It's no longer just a fake act. It's something real, something deep. As he whispered your name, you know this is only beginning of something beautiful. Suga, whispering against your hair, his voice is soft and full of affection. No more pretending, right? White, smiling, holding him a little tighter. Definitely no more pretending. The night stretches on you, but you are no longer worried about what's coming next. For once, it's just about this moment, this truth, and the promise of yourself, real between the two of you. Suga, let's leave, my love. You need to rest in your lovingly boyfriend arms. You hold him tightly, and the night goes on. You feel warm in his embrace and falls asleep while he is holding you softly like a cushion, like a soft cushion. You both went to your dreamland.